Hello, hello, this is Roberto and this is the HVAC my channel. Today we're going to be talking about part 4 of two-story crawl foundation, okay? So in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to confirm the dimensions of the windows, because in the previous video, as we can see in the PDF, we don't have every window dimension. So what we did is we copy pasted all around in the perimeter. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna confirm that. Number 2, we're gonna make the second floor. Actually, we don't have the layout for the second floor, and we're gonna do also the crawl space section or region. Okay, so now that now what we're gonna do is the following. Okay, so see in here, for example, we have this window. This might be a long video, but bear with me. This is very important. Okay, so what we're going to do in here is the following. See, we have the dimensions in here already. So the only thing that I need to confirm is the dimensions. Let's focus on the orientation, because when you don't have the dimensions of the windows, you have two options. Actually, you can coordinate with the architect and say and request, I need the window dimensions, and he's going to provide you a schedule, or even he's going to provide you already some markups, but that's information that you need. If you're a contractor and then you have a homeowner that wants a heat load calculation, you can always tell him, hey, can you take an approximate number of what the dimensions of the windows are, or even take a picture. Or number 3, even in the drawings that the architect provided, there is a scale. By the scale, you can know what's the windows, okay? So for that, basically, in the drawings, you have the floor plan and you have the elevations. So you have to check on the elevations. But for the elevations, I need to make something. I need to see my my orientation. So for example, in this case, so if it's down is south, up is north, east, and west. So we're good in that. So in other words, what I'm gonna, this is just annotations. This is just for me to know which location is located, which location is south, which orientation is north, something like that. Okay, so technically this is like that. Okay, and I'm gonna put in here north. There you go. Up is north. And you might be wondering, you can also show already your drawing tool in here. And under drawing options, you can always show the default construction number bar. See, this is north, this is south. But as you can see, it's occupying a lot of space. So usually this is preference only. I uncheck it so I have more space. Okay, so anything that is on this wall is south. So what I did is I requested this. See, no, not even requested. I did my measurement itself. And so what I'm gonna do is, remember, okay, I'm gonna do it again. This wall is my south elevation. Why? Because as you can see in these arrows, this orientation is south. So this wall is south and south. So in my elevation, I'm gonna have that. See, under my elevation, I'm gonna make this bigger. There we go. As you can see in here, this is south elevation. And also you have the scale. Scale is 1/4 an inch equals 1 foot. So technically what I did is based on the scale. And if everyone's wondering about this, what is this program? Is Bluebeam. So you can use PDF Exchange, you can use any PDF editor, and usually for architectural, mechanical, Bluebeam is very popular. So that's what I'm So that's what I'm using. So based on the scale, 1/4, I was able to measure based on the south elevation. So as you can see, these two windows, what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make it like this. Nope. Nope. I'm gonna make this. Nope. Like this. Okay, I'm making it smaller. So as you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4 windows. 1, 2, 3, 4 windows. So these windows are 3 feet 5 inches by 4 feet 6 inches. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this like that. So I'm gonna make this smaller. Let's go here. Let's go here. See? There we go. I'm gonna make this smaller so everyone can see. There we go. Okay, so since this is 4 feet 6 inches, 3 feet 5 inches, I'm gonna do those changes right here. What? Why is not showing? Okay, hold on. I want this to stay there. Okay, it's staying there. So what you're gonna do is right click and then right click. Come on, where is the properties? Property sheet. Oh, there we go. Property sheet right here, and I'm gonna keep this in here above. Okay, so what's in the property sheet? What do we have? So what we have is 3 feet 5 inches. So I'm gonna change this to 3 feet 5 inches. Okay, and that's gonna be for the height. The height is gonna be 4 feet 6 inches. There we go. So done. I'm gonna do the same thing for the other window because they are similar, completely identical. So I'm gonna do the same. This is gonna be 3 feet 5 inches, and the height is gonna be 4 feet 6 inches. There we go. So we're all good in here. So the only thing that I needed to update is the dimensions, right? So what about on the other side? On the, what is this? This room is the sunroom. So in the sunroom, what we're gonna have is like 3 feet 6 inches and 2 feet 6 inches. So I'm gonna go click in here, right click. So that's gonna be 2 by 8, 2 feet 8 inches. Done. And then the other one is gonna be 3 feet 6 inches. There we go. So now it's complete. So now you know what? This is completely. I'm gonna do that little by little again. So this is gonna be 2 feet 8 inches, and the other one is gonna be 3 feet 6 inches, like that. All right. Okay. So we have the south completed, right? So also we can do the second floor. See, on the second floor I have a dormer. See, this is the second floor, and those are the dimensions. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna go to the other face. What is the other face? Let's check on here. So we're gonna go to the, see if this is north, south, this is the east elevation on this side, east. So I'm gonna go check for the east. Where is the east? This is the east. There we go. So this is the east elevation. On the east elevation, I have these 2 windows. Okay, I'm just gonna make this smaller, like that, like this, smaller. And now in here I have 2 windows, 1, 2, 1, 2. So what are the dimensions of that? 4 feet 6 inches and 2 feet 5 inches. So I'm gonna go click in here. Let's go here, click in there. All right, let's update these dimensions. 2 feet 5 inches. There we go. And the other one is gonna be 4 feet 6 inches. There we go. So we have this already updated. Let's go for the next one. The next one. So basically, it's going to be the same process for every single window. So pretty much what I did is I just fast forward the video. Okay, so this is going to be the same process, and then actually I updated every single, like the doors and the windows, so that way everything is like that. So technically, you just need to focus on the elevation, views and elevation drawings, and then you're going to be able to find all the drawings. Okay, all right, so now we're gonna go ahead and continue with the second floor layout. Okay, so now for the second floor, and also I'm making the videos in parts because I don't want to make this video so long. So that's why the first part was checking on and verifying the window sizes. Now we're gonna do the floor layout for the second floor. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to be precise and quickly on that. I'm gonna borrow one of the rooms in here. Okay, so Control C. See, I'm borrowing bedroom number 1, and then I'm gonna put it on the second floor. And in here, I'm gonna go Control V. There you go. Bedroom number 2. So pretty much what I'm doing is I'm just gonna I need a rectangle. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna make edit point right here. So technically this is a rectangle because I like playing kind of Tetris, which is like you know, that video game that was in the past. Okay, so now that I have this room, I gotta make sure that the insulation values are accurate. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go again and check on my data. So insulation values are the following. Okay, I'm gonna put this in here. There we go, just to remember. There we go. Okay, I'm gonna make it smaller. Okay, so insulation values are gonna be this, and I'm gonna fix it to the wall. Okay, so this is very interesting because now I'm gonna go check on the insulation values for the room, but in the room itself, number one, what I'm gonna do is like the heating conditioning, air only, that's right, but the duct heat loss. So for the duct heat loss, this is a very interesting topic because this means where are you gonna run your ductwork. So as you can see in here in the second floor, you are not going to run your ductwork in the attic space because if you check on the architectural drawings, there is no attic. There is no attic. So how do you see that in the? How do you see that actually in the drawings? So I'm gonna pull this to the side. So in here, as you can see, I'm gonna make it bigger. So let's make this. See, there you go. So there's no enough space for an attic in here. There's no enough space for equipment. There's no space for anything in here. But the way you kind of confirm this is you're going to check on the other drawings in here, the section views. So in the section views, so this is the section actually of the building, orientation east. So in here, as you can see, I'm going to run the ductwork on the ceiling of the first floor because on the attic on the ceiling of the second floor there is no space. Let's make this a little bit bigger. See, there's nothing, only insulation. But in here I have, so this requires coordination with the architect, but it's way better to run the ductwork in conditioned spaces. All right, so in that case, this is going to be, instead of supply and return, they're going to be conditioned, and then return is going to be conditioned, trunk, and then okay. See, as you can see, heat loss is 0, sensible, and latent is 0. So now we're good in here, we're all good. But now what I'm gonna be doing is the wall. In the wall, what we're gonna do is the same. R15, we're good. For the ceiling, it's gonna be R50 or 45, that's good. For the floor, it's not gonna be the crawl space anymore. So I'm gonna put as garage 30 as default. As you can see in here, R30. Because they usually call it garage floor because usually the rooms on the second floor, there is always, not always, most of the times there is a room that is above a garage, and the garage is unconditioned. So since the garage is unconditioned, you need insulation. So that's why they call it garage floor 30. So in general, I'm gonna put it like that, and I'm gonna put okay as default, and it's not gonna affect it because everything depends on this exposed perimeter. So exposed area. So the exposed area is 150. So that means that this is exposed. But however, look at this. Whenever you put this inside, so above a conditioned space, look at how much it is. It's 0. It's 0. Okay, so what is the floor type? Garage floor 30. Okay. And the garage floor 30, you can call it anything, but as long as your insulation is consistent with what the architect says. Okay, so exposed area 0 is not going to affect in anything. But if you are outside, there is like, for example, overhang or something like that. See, this is the exposed area 12. Then it accounts. So in this case, it doesn't account for anything. But overall, we have these 3 values: wall, ceiling, floor, and room settings all done. All right. So I'm going to close this. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to now start doing all the layout. Okay. Okay. So now what we're going to do is let's go here. Since this room is actually ready, so we have the envelope values, we have all the ductwork settings, and then I'm just gonna draw it very quickly. Okay, so let's start with this bedroom number 3. I'm just copy pasting like that. Okay, bedroom number 3, that's gonna be bedroom 3. Okay, so I'm gonna make another circle in here. Let's make in here not really another circle, another rectangle. So for the rectangle, let's do this. There you go. And I'm gonna merge it. I like merging a lot. It's very efficient. Now I'm gonna go for bedroom number 2. I'm just kind of tracing the whole room layout, right? So I'm gonna go do this like that, and then this is gonna be bedroom number 2. Bedroom 2. Okie dokie. And now I'm gonna put in here, let's just call it the stairs. There you go. There you go. Stairs, stairs, stairs. Yeah, there you go. Stairs on the second floor. Second floor. All right. Okay, now we're gonna go to the other side, and then this is what is it? Laundry room. Okay, no problem. Let's do the laundry room in here. Okay, laundry room. Laundry room, there we go. I'm gonna have another part in here that is an existing bath. And the reason it's existing is because this is a renovation project, technically retrofit renovation. It's not new construction, so I'm gonna put in here existing bath. But usually whenever it's existing, you just put an E, bath. There you go. E means existing, generally. Now in here, I'm gonna go and do a play area. Let's do that. Play area right there. So I'm gonna go make it bigger and then make it bigger too. There you go. And this is gonna be the play area. Play area. And then I'm gonna have another one in here, another rectangle right there, right there, right there. And then I'm gonna have another rectangle here, and I'm gonna merge it all to convey to play area. Okay, click here, select all, and then all of that is the play area. Okay, I'm done with all of this. Actually, I need a hallway in here. There's a hallway. Okay, so I'm gonna make 2 rectangles here. One is like this, and then the other one, okay, I'm gonna make this a little bit bigger, and the other one is gonna be the opposite, like this. Make it bigger. There you go. I'm grabbing it, and then this go like this. Okay, so now I'm gonna select both, and then make it, merge it, and then I'm gonna call it hallway. Hallway. There we go. We're almost done, actually. See, this is very quick, actually, whenever you're doing with rectangles. That's why I like doing rectangles in here, to make it very efficient and quickly. See, I'm going to go for the bedroom number 4, and I'm going to call it, before I forget, bedroom 4. Bedroom number 4. And then I'm going to complete this whole area. There we go. There we go. I'm gonna merge these both. This is bedroom number 4, and there's a closet in here. So you have 2 options: to include the closet in the bedroom, or to make the closet its own room. And I'm gonna make its own room because it needs conditioning. Also, the closet is big. Closet. You can also call it closet number 4, but I don't suggest it unless you have 4 closets, right? So closet number 4, and then you're gonna have the master bedroom right here, or owner's bedroom. So I'm gonna call in here bath, the way it says in here, bath. All right. So I don't think I need anything else in here. However, these spaces cannot be empty. Okay, I'm gonna just do this double check. So everything is looking good in here. Okay, so these spaces actually cannot be empty. So these are actually, I'm gonna call it as attic knee walls, and I'm gonna explain the reason why. So I'm gonna make it like this, and I'm gonna call it attic. Okay, knee wall. How about knee wall? Knee wall east. And the other one is gonna be called, because this is not a room. This is showing the slope of the roof. So I'm gonna put on the other side knee wall west. So I'm gonna go like this, complete like this, and I'm gonna put knee wall west. Knee wall west. All right. So what's going on in here? The reason for that is actually, I'm gonna show it in the, let's see. Yeah, I'm gonna check on the elevations. So if you wanna see this portion, you need to check on the east elevation, right? So I'm gonna go here. There we go. I'm grabbing the drawings. I'm gonna check on the east elevation. Is this the west? Okay, this is the west. This is the north. I'm gonna go to the next page. Where's the next page? There you go. This is east. Is this east? West, west, north. This is east. There we go. So this is east elevation. On the east elevation, as you can see, this part, this portion knee wall is actually part of this. So this is technically a dormer, but see the slope of the roof. So we have the slope of the roof. So this small area, so you're not gonna have anything in here, right? So your room is not gonna go all the way here. And then below this ceiling is not exposed. It's not directly exposed. But this small area is not conditioned. Or, no, I don't think it's conditioned. Even a small portion is not going to be conditioned. So that part I'm calling knee wall. So if we go the same thing to the west, let's go check on the west elevation. So south, northwest. So this is on the west. So let's go to the other side. So see, this is the sun room on the first floor, and then see the elevation, the slope of the roof. So this slope of the roof in here, this is not gonna be opened or conditioned. So this area, so this knee wall is represented by that part. All right, alrighty. So now that we have that explanation, the next step is, I'm gonna delete this. The next step is to align it to the second floor. Let's go ahead and do that. All right, so, okay, on the first floor, so I'm going to hide this, and then I'm going to check on the first floor. That's the first floor. Okay, so there are some parts that are not lining up. See, for example, I'm going to lock the building, the first floor. So in green is the second floor. So see, there is no overhang in here. There is an overhang, there is not. So this should be lining up, and this should be lining up. So what I'm gonna do, and this is okay in here. And then the way to check on that is, okay, let's check on this actually. Let's check on the south elevation. So if I do the south elevation, that's why elevation is very important, right? So let's go on the south elevation. On the south elevation, see, in here, these walls are lining up, as you can see. So these walls below and first floor and second floor should be lining up. The same part goes for this part. However, this wall shouldn't be lining up. Why? We're gonna check on the east elevation. So let's check on the east elevation. In here, let's go to the east. East. There we go. So in the east, we have this. See? So my wall and the first floor wall are not lining up. So this wall is more to the right, the wall below is to the left. So this is good actually, these two. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So let's check on that. Okay, so technically I'm just gonna edit points. Edit points in here, go here, edit points in here, go here. So they're lining up now. Go here and then edit points, the same thing. I'm just gonna, I'm gonna edit points. Edit points, go here, edit points, go here. There we go. For the new wall, I'm gonna do differently, like that. There you go. Now it's lining up. The same part, the same goes in here. I'm trying to avoid these overhangs that are not necessary. There you go. So now we're lining up. We're kind of all good in here. Let's see. We're good in here. We're good in here. Play area. I think we're totally good. So I'm going to save because that's very important. And in the next video, because I don't want this video to be very long, so we're gonna add the windows, which that's going to be very quick. And then I'm going to create the crawl area space foundation. Also, yeah, is there a crawl area? No, there's not. So I'm going to create that area and then we're going to be good to go. Oh, what is this? This is not looking good in here. So I'm going to edit that. You cannot have this overlap. So I'm going to edit the mech. Edit this, go here. I'm glad I got it. There you go. It's all good. Alrighty. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for your support. Any comments, any recommendations are always appreciated. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you very much.